Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Motors and Blowers. In my previous episode, my most recent episode, fixing the transmission on my manual transmission Craftsman LT1000 tractor. Ready to sell, right? Wrong. It's a neutral. Brake is off. I don't think I fixed the transmission. I tested the progress, and still, it's 100% charged, but it's only 32% healthy, and it tells you to replace the battery. Usually you can try to rejuvenate these with a desulfator, but in this case, this battery is done-ski. So did I do all that work on the transmission for nothing? Before I abandoned the entire idea, I did go in the back and I said that I might have another transmission just like it. When I went back and checked, it wasn't. The attachments to the engagement, the brake lever, all that stuff, the shifting, it wasn't in the right places, you know? So I can't use that. Worst comes to worst, I can take the transmission off of the six-wheeler project that I have, except I'll be changing this into a hydrostatic. I guess you just plug and play, the levers are in the same place, whatever, it's just hydrostatic instead of manual. That might work. But I'm not going to give up yet. I'm going to get this engine started, and we're going to put it in gear and try to move it back and forth just to free it up. Because I never tried it after I installed the transmission. So maybe after it warms up a little, moves around a little, hopefully it might start to move, because right now it's just stuck. I've been charging this battery for like 2 weeks, and it's not being healthy. It's 100% charged, but the health is like 30%, and my tester tells me to replace it. So I'll be replacing this battery later. But right now I want to get this engine started. This tractor was sitting in my shed for the entire year. This is the first time I brought it out to paint it and to fix the transmission. But I haven't started this engine yet. This is a V-twin, which means it's a fuel pump fuel delivery system. Meaning that if you haven't started in a long time, that entire time, the gas is drained from the fuel lines and have evaporated from the bowl of the carburetor. So you want to actually crank the engine a little bit, get the fuel pump working to suck gas into the carburetor, and you help it out by priming the carburetor a little bit. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to start up this engine right now, and then try to warm up that transmission, see if we get it into gear and it moves. If that's good, then we're good. As you can see, it says 32% healthy, 100% charged, but it says to replace the battery. And I've been using a desulfator and everything on this and a smart charger, and just, it won't fix this battery, even though this is a 350 amp. So anyway, we'll remove this air cleaner cover, and we'll blow some starting fluid in here and try to help it out in pumping the engine and the fuel pump so that it gets enough fuel into the carburetor and starts. We'll use this bad battery just to crank until we can't crank it anymore. So we'll blow some starter fluid in here. This is ether. We'll give it a couple of cranks on choke and see what happens. Let's put it in gear and see if we can move this tractor. See if the transmission works. I put the cover back on. Ran out of gas. Now let's get this outside so we can change the battery and test the transmission. Just tested the stator. It is charging at 14.2 volts. Fantastic. We don't have to switch out the transmission. I did fix it properly. Awesome. But usually though, in a manual, you're supposed to be able to push it. And I can't. I guess if I loosen it up a bit, it will. Not easily, though. Probably have to drive it around the block. Just to get that oil into every little gear area. I'll go around the block for a ride. Engine sounds great. Smooth. As fast as it'll go. Bit of Earl. Let's change the battery to a brand new one. Changing out a battery for a lawn tractor is very easy. Usually 7/16 bolts. I'll just use my impact. There's the old battery out. And put the new UPLUS battery in. Take off the terminal covers. We'll use the ones they gave us, because that's probably going to fit better. They're 10 millimeter socket. Make it nice and snug. There, we're all set, installed. So now we have a nice new UPLUS battery installed. Let's fire it up. So the previous owner of this tractor has got the anti-scalp wheels on the lowest setting. So therefore, when I drive around, the wheels scrape on the floor. I didn't want it to do that. I'm going to move it to the middle one. Or maybe that's why they kept it here, is because you can't get it off. Nothing beats the half inch of that. There you go. Let's see. So I'm just going to move this a little bit higher than that. Just so it's off the ground. I feel much better now. I'm going to hose this off and finally list this for sale. Super clean here. Just spray it on, wipe it off. Or rinse it off. That's easier. Might as well do this one too. So now that we got one lawn tractor with a new battery ready to sell, I have another lawn tractor that I need to sell, and it also has a bad battery. Let's switch that out. Because this has a gravity-fed fuel tank, the battery's in the rear, and these are just 7/16 volts too. This is certainly going to be a better upgrade because this battery is only a 160. There we go. Easy peasy. And now just start her up.
Guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
That's right. Here at Mowers and Blowers, we push them into the garage and they come out driving.